Which welcome back to more knowledge. In the following from the Elton John one, right, where you had the Royal Masonic chord in the song, right. This one also has the same type of Royal Masonic chords embedded in the lyrics and all that, right. It's simply read, "If you don't know me by now," obviously tea drinker Mick Hucknall. Was actually out before that in 1972 by Harold Melvin on the Blue Notes. So obviously a gang of black eunuchs, royal black eunuchs, because the lyrics are royally coded and that, it's like Royal Masonic. Originally written for LaBelle, more black eunuchs. And Kenny Gamble. The gamble, say when you go through the tea program, it's a gamble. It's a gamble. Might go wrong, you know what I mean? Often does like, isn't it? Yeah. If you don't know me by now, right? It's again what you're seeing in these lyrics is the royal type of ideas, right? So similar to the Elton John one, right? Again, sort of, this is coming from the perspective of the type of royal court, right? So it's like, if you don't know me by now, you will never ever know me, right? So it's like, it's the royal Masonic court talking to the people, right? And we've all got our own funny moods. So it's like, again, it's like this type of idea that if you're not in their tea program by now, right, then you never will be. See what I mean? So it's like, if your bloodline isn't involved in it, see, it's like the sort of shut the doors type of thing. If you remember, Larry Grayson used to always say shut the door. You know what I mean? That's here. So they've shut the doors up and got all the sort of bloodlines into the ark, right, like the Noah's Ark, right. They've loaded up the ark with the animals, right, and now they've shut the doors of the ark. And that's what this song's all about. It's like, if you're bloodline families, remember this was released in 72 first of all, right? So that's when they would have been sort of shutting the doors, right? Shutting the doors to the tea program. It's basically saying, if you're not on board the ark, your bloodline isn't sort of owned by us now, then you're effed type of thing. You're not gonna survive type of thing. Survive the floods. See, that's what it's all about. That was released in 72. Larry Grayson shut that door. Remember the Janus idea, right? Is the two doors, right? When was it used to sort of see this? It was round about the 70s, right? In the 70s. So, early on from 72, which is exactly the same year as that song come out, right? So that's what he's on about. That's his phrase, shut that door. It's basically talking about the door of the ark. Shut the door, got all the animals in, now shut it and let's set sail. And leave the floods to wipe out all the wipe out all the naturals and that, right? So it's unlikely connections, but it's 100% accurate, right? Shut That Door, British comedy talk show hosted by Larry Grayson from 72 to 77. So you know what I mean? It's exactly that same period. So they must have been undertaken around about that period, right? They must have been, like shutting the doors of the ark symbolically. They've got all the bloodlines in. There's even a little code about knowing to survive. See what I'm saying? They're sticking the codes in. So that's what they must have been doing round about that particular period in the 70s. shutting the doors to the ark. They got all aboard like type of thing, all aboard, and then they were going to shut the doors up. Grayson's camp as can be in one of their tea drinkers, right? The grey, right, and the white. Just like Cilla Black, who was there, Cilla White, and then become black. So this was Larry Grayson, grey, who was white. It's camp humour. And known as one of the first gay entertainers, but he was actually what do you call it? A trans FTM from Nuneaton, and born in the Oxfordshire. See? I always loved the Oxford, of course. Resting place in Warwickshire. He was actually a warrior. He's camp as hell, but he was a warrior for them, you see what I mean? A warrior and a nun. A warrior nun, a warrior priest. So you're following this line of questioning, right? You see that In Search of Noah's Ark is an American documentary film made in 1976. So run about the same period. Bart LaRue, LaRue, remember Danny LaRue? Again, Camp Bass, right? The Ark of Noah, 75, I'm not sure that's the same one, like. But tell you what, doing a lot of stuff that they with Noah's Ark run about this period, 70s. See what I'm saying? So it must have been going on. You know what I'm saying? It must have been going on. The content rating of a G there. So, So a lot of interest in this thing at that period. Eastern Turkey, the Turkey idea has got to be in a piss take as well. Right? Directed by James L. Conway. Of course, the Conway, right? The Con. And Cellar, produced by the Cellar. Like the Huckster, the Cellar. The Salt, the Lezer, the Liar and the Lezer, and the Charles Edward, like the two royal brothers. It's plenty good, right? In Search of Historic Jesus, see? A lot of the stuff going on around about the 70s. Stephen Gray. Like old Larry Grayson type of thing, right? Biblical flood narrative, and that's what it's all about, see? It's Mount Ararat. The rats, like the Pied Piper when he tunes all the rats in the floods in the water, see? Floods, water, same thing. End of the biblical flood narrative. And the deluge, the DE, right? Which leaves the luge, log. There you go. That's what they wish to, that's the idea of what they want to see, all the naturals, like, drowned and half dead and surrounded by darkness and soaked and all this thing. That's the game. There's the 6 and 9, Royal Arch. Flood narrative. The flood. In a pre-creation state of watery chaos. So this means pre-trans. So a natural state, pre-trans, right? Watery chaos. For naturals, see? And remake it through the microcosm of Noah's Ark. Of course, we know the story about the putting animals on and all that. It's in the Quran as well, like. two sources, one the priestly source and the non-priestly. So yeah, you got your parallels with transes and non-trans, right? Yahwist. Story forms a unified whole, like the unity of opposites. Plenty cool, eh? Of course, the Royal Oak Mariners, right? The ancient and honourable fraternity. The Ram. These are the ones who got onto the Ark, like. Yeah, these are the ones on the Ark. Setting sail, like mariners. Maritime, on a voyaging, I'd say. The Mariner Lodges. They were gone presenting the boat to someone. Not a symbolic boat and that for the symbolic journey. Here obviously again, the Ark boat. MLG. Yeah, I don't know what that means, like. If anyone knows what that means, like, you know what I mean? LM. Obviously you won't know what the G is. Yeah. Of course, a rainbow type of what do you call it? Neck piece and that. Very short arms, like. No, of course, on the black and white checkerboard. Like the Larry Grayson idea, you see? The Grayson black and white. These are the ones taking the voyage, see, on the Ark. The animals who've been there, saved by God. Type of idea, right? And they're setting off for sunshine type of idea, see? The rainbow and away from the floods. All aboard type of thing. A lot of ideas that do with all aboard and that. Boats, planes, trains and automobiles, as I say, and all that, right? Of course, a train is a trans. You know what I mean, man? It's all aboard water sports shop. Right? Barney, full episode all aboard, like a prehistoric dinosaur idea. Pre-deluge or something, Pre-creation ideas and all that. They view the naturals as dinosaurs, see, to become extincted. All aboard. There's plenty movies with all aboard in the title and all that, right? That one with the rainbow thing and the wake type of thing, right? Plenty movies, all aboard in the title. Always. 45, 42. TV series and everything. Harold Lloyd. You know what I mean? It's very popular. It's to do with, really. This song, which was a few years ago, which was very sort of famous at the time. KLF, last train to Trans Central. All aboard, all aboard. Again, it used the train metaphor. So the train and the trans, you know what I'm saying? So we know what this was about. Last train to Trans Central, so it was about getting, same theme, see, like the getting animals on board the Ark and that. Last train, see, so if you've missed the last train, you know what I mean? You're gone type of thing, see. Last train to Trans. You have that famous thing, animals went in 2 by 2, like in that nursery rhyme or something, right? They went 3 by 3 and the 22 is a Masonic master number, isn't it? Master number.